present my screen. Tomorrow is a public holiday, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow we can't have a class on public holiday. So the replacement, you look at the Google Classroom there. Let me record my session. The replacement, I place it here. So this semester we have 3 times. Public holidays falls on Tuesdays. So tomorrow 10th of August, Awal Muharram, 31st National Day. So the replacement, put it 2 days after each class. So means on Thursday, on Thursday 11 to 12. That is the only slot you and me available. If you don't do it on 11 to 12 on Thursday, then we have to do it on whether Friday afternoon or Saturday. All right, please jot down. What time? Okay, on Thursday after 12, I think you have your lunch break, and then 1 p.m. another class. Am I right? Double check.
Yeah, finish on 11.
Oh, finish already? Oh, good. So you keep the time, keep the time. Only 1 hour, that's for tutorial only.
We're talking about the today.
No. It's a replacement, Thursday.
Oh, yeah, finish on 11.
Oh, then just right, if I just continued 11 to 12. So that on a Thursday, 1 o'clock, I have another class, so I can have a 1 hour break. I already searched out, there's a best time between you and me. Today we are in chapter number 3, Symmetric Encryption. This is an interesting topic. I will cover half today, another half next week. So after that, no worry, I already planned when we follow exactly what's our path, our progress. We are doing good in our progress. So we shall finish syllabus week 13, chapter number 9. All right, let me show the slide here from here. Do you ever heard this symmetric encryption?
No.
How about Kelvin?
Yeah.
All of you only answer 1 word, 2 words. That's it. Let me start. Chapter 3, we learn symmetric encryption, and then chapter 4, we will learn asymmetric. So both are related. We will begin, we will look at the symmetric encryption process, and also we will try to understand the context and the algorithm used by this symmetric encryption. After that, I will share with you 3 important symmetric encryption. They split to block and stream. No worry, later I will show you. So the 3 most popular here, we will cover DES, triple DES, and AES. What is that about? No problem. I try to go slow. When I glance through the lecture notes, some of the slides are repeated. So maybe we will see how the progress. I will not go too fast on it. Okay, let's continue here. So this is the objective today. I will only cover half up to the first one is the more important. Once you understand the principles of symmetric encryption, the rest are the popular block encryption under symmetric. So that one can be done, can be completed by next week. Okay, we look at here. So basically, what is okay? That one later. So we look at the slide here. Cryptography here. You look at the one, the text, the main label on top. Cryptology split to two categories: cryptography and cryptanalysis. You are going to see this word very often in this chapter. So for today, we will cover cryptography, symmetric, and then block cipher, stream cipher. Asymmetric, about the public-private key, will be next week. So what is this cryptography about? This is like the name. Do you ever heard cryptography? Between cryptology, cryptography, cryptanalysis, cryptography is the more, I think, more popular term. Yes, Noel?
Yeah. Cryptography is like changing the arrangement of the words of the letter.
Okay, changing arrangement is the one. How about Kelvin and Pharaoh? You ever heard about cryptography?
Never.
Never.
Oh,
Something like we want
cryptocurrency
to...
only.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. No problem. So this one, we start with the cryptology. I will try to make it brief so that will not be too deep. So this one, cryptology, is about a study of code in terms of creating the code and how to decrypt the code so that we can understand the plain text. So something like because we don't want the attacker to eavesdropper or attacker to understand our content who are sending to another parties. So in between must be some changes to the plain text in order to avoid, even though unauthorized access, but they might still take time to decrypt the plain text. So this one, cryptography is about encrypting or hiding information. Okay, I repeat, this one, cryptography is about encryption. Encryption means we want to cover or hide our original information. Okay, so plain text, there are a few terms that I want to explain first. Plain text, PLAIN-TEXT. Plain text means the original information before changes, before alterations. So plain text need to be, because we want to protect the plain text, so we will encrypt it, become ciphertext. Ciphertext, something like, even though people access, they might also not understand what it is. Okay, so another one, crypta, is actually cryptanalysis. They combine, become one word. So we call it cryptanalysis. So as the name, analysis, means that cryptanalysis is a process of analyzing the information given, try to, with the attention to encrypt the message, go back to the original form. It means analysis, do some analysis so that can encrypt the message, come back to the original form. That is what we call cryptanalysis. Okay, so next one. So under symmetric encryption, these are the two, we consider two methods or two category of symmetric encryption. One is a block, another is stream. So again, you will see this block and stream many times in this chapter. So next week we will cover. Of course, there are so many examples here, so we will only cover AEX, DEX. That's a common one, and then the stream would be, we will see how if we can cover the RC4. So what is this actually? Let me describe to you. Overall, symmetric encryption is talking about using one or single key for encryption and decryption. Okay, I repeat. Symmetric encryption. Okay, our topic today, symmetric encryption means that uses one single key to encrypt and to decrypt. Okay, for encryption and decryption. So this is our main topic. So next topic, asymmetric cryptography, is learning about the usage of two different keys, one for encryption and then another one for decryption. Okay, do you understand? So symmetric, what we learned today, symmetric encryption here means using one single key for encryption and decryption. So they have two different methods here, stream and block. So block here, no worry, because after this, later on in the following slide, we also have block and stream again and again many times. So, but now let me briefly share with you block cipher. We call block cipher means the, how to explain, mean when the input, okay, the input of the element, they will go through block by block. Block by block, one block could be consist of 4 bits. Okay, so mean 4 bit, 4 bit, 4 bit, 4 bit. So the input and the output will entering through by a block. Stream cipher is about input element continuously but bit by bit. Okay, they are different, say block by block or bit by bit. So again, symmetric encryption here is talking about both sender or receiver using the same key. So now they put you, look at the slide here. Even though just now I did explain, but when you will, sometimes we have to visualize, you have to look at the text, then only you will be more understand. So cryptography is the art of science of secret writing or hiding the informations. Okay, cryptography, we want to hide the information so that the information will not be read by an authorized party. It's about shifting the, let's say example, shifting the letter or shifting the code, make it unreadable. Okay, that's a term we use, make it unreadable or even not understand by the third party. How about cryptanalysis? Cryptanalysis, process of attempting to break the system so that it goes back to the original form. Okay, look at the next page here. Up to here, any question at the moment?
No.
At the moment,
No.
no, because but still introduction. Okay, we look at the diagram here. So very clear, this diagram showing one key uses the same key for encryption and decryption. That's the main concept of symmetric encryption. Uses the same key, uses a single key for both encrypt and also when the time decrypt the data. So both sender and receiver, they might use the same key in a communication here. Same key, only one. Because of they're using one single key for both encrypt and decrypt. That's why they call it symmetric. Symmetric, you know symmetric, right? Just like you look at the mirror, right? The mirror is the boundary. Your physical and your reflection through the mirror, they are both actually the same. That's why symmetric encryption, that means the same key for both sender and the recipient. Okay, now we look at the explanation below there. So 1000 is a plain text. Okay, 1000, just an example. Of course, in real computer can only read 010. All right. So from this example showing 1000, we assume this is a plain text. So after encrypt becomes ciphertext. Cipher, C-I-P-H-E-R, is something that unreadable. Even we read also, we don't know what is that. So after decrypt, it come back to the original form. Come back to the plain text again, right? Symmetric encryption algorithm are best known as a share secret key because they're using the same, that's why they call it pre-share key encryptions. So the usual key length at T, let me enlarge. Okay, at T256. Okay. 1 bit long, 1 bit can only have 2 possible values, right? 0 and also 1. 1 bit, whether true or false, whether 1 or 0. If let's say 3 bits, 3 bits equals to 2 power of 3, that will be, we are going to have an add possible value if 3 bits. Then how about 256 bits? What do you think? 256 bits, roughly about how many values available? 2 power of 256. Then you can use your calculator. There's a number of possible value exists. Okay, when the key length is maximum 256 here. So the sender and receiver must share a secret key. Yes, they are usually quite fast because these algorithms are just a simple mathematical operation. Yeah, straightforward. Because of a simple mathematical operation, that's why sometimes some people, they are using a brute force attack. Do you ever heard brute force attack?
Hi.
What is that?
It's like crack a password by trial and error.
Yeah, correct. Because of the small, if let's say the number of possible value exists, secret mean not so many. So people or attacker, they can actually use a brute force attack, is something like try and error, just now Noah mentioned. They can use this method if they are using supercomputer, some professional knowledge again, they can break it actually less than one day. Depends on what is the total possible values available. So this group of people, they try and error. They try every possible values for the key until they can produce the plain text. Okay, since nowadays the computer getting, the processor getting improved, it means that the time it used to achieve the plain text is getting the time required getting lesser. That's why the key here must be sufficiently long so that they have a large numbers of possible values. So we look at next. So popular encryption, symmetric encryption algorithm are the listed one. So you are going to see DES, triple DES, AES. These three are the popular nowadays. Okay, next one we look at here. Symmetric encryption principle, also referred to or as conventional encryption. What else? Single key. They're only using a single key for both sender and receiver. You see, we repeat and repeat again many times. So please make sure you understand the principle. So the symmetric algorithm based on the share secret principle. They have a 5 ingredient. When I look at the term ingredient, I feel like macam makanan ni ingredient. Actually five parts. Plain text, the encryption algorithm, secret key, ciphertext, and a decryption algorithm. So what are these 5? We look at here. Plain text means the original message, original data that will apply into the algorithm as an input. Plain text means the original. So encryption algorithm, here you will learn substitutions, you will learn permutations, you will learn transpositions, means the type of algorithm, how does it work. Now at the moment, you remember this substitution. We will learn the working of a substitution later. So secret key here is input to the algorithm. Okay, exactly, let's say we are using substitutions. Substitution means replacement. Example, A replaced by B, and then B replaced by C. So that is a replacement, that is a substitution. But what is the exact secret key? Secret key here means whether A move one alphabet after. When A move one alphabet later means become B. If A move two letters after, it will become C. So that is a key, that is a secret key. Only sender and recipient will know the secret key. Even though they know the algorithm, they know substitution, they know letter going be replaced. But if they have no idea what is a secret key, the most important is a secret key. If they no idea, that means still the same. They weren't able to retrieve the plain text. Ciphertext is an output. Okay, it's an output after the applications of the algorithm and the secret key. Okay, so last one is a decryption algorithm. So this decryption algorithm, how does it run? Just same like encryption algorithm, just the other way around, reverse of encryption algorithm. So it will tag the ciphertext and apply the same secret key. After apply the same secret key, the ciphertext will able to produce, the plain text will be able to produce from the ciphertext. Am I talk too fast? No, this one, okay, understand? The 5 ingredient, 5 component. Right, we look at the next one here. Difference between symmetric and asymmetric. Okay, take note here. So symmetric here means single key. If you have a highlighter, you use your highlighter. Use single key or the same key for both sender and recipient. However, the second bullet talking about asymmetric encryption, we will learn next week. Asymmetric means difference. Use different keys or public keys for encryption. So the sender and the receiver will use different key. Okay, there's a main difference between symmetric and also asymmetric. This is the brief description about the symmetric encryption algorithm. So you look at the key length there. Okay, you look at the key length 56, 112, 168. You look at the number, there's different number. So when we compare the popular one nowadays, triple DES, of course DES lah, and then triple DES and then AEX. So this DEX with 56 key length, 56 in bit means 2 power of 56. What is a total? Sangat sikit. Okay, use your calculator. 2 power of 56. The numbers of possible values quite small. That's why easily cracked, easily decrypted by the cryptanalysis. So how? That's why slowly they improve it become a triple DES. That's why the key length lebih banyak sudah. Using 3 times of the input encryption. Later, we'll look at the algorithm later. Now only the brief content. Now, symmetric algorithm, again, you look at the diagram given here. The most commonly used symmetric encryption algorithm, if you remember just now, we have a block cipher and a stream cipher. Yeah, the most commonly used symmetric encryption algorithm is a block cipher. So we look at the scenario given here. Plain text means the original text. So Alice, the scenario here, Alice want to send a message to Bob. Bob is a receiver. So the communication channel is insecure and can be eavesdrop. Okay, we learned this one eavesdrop last chapter. If Alice and Bob have previously agreed on a symmetric encryption scheme and a secret key, the message can be sent encrypted. So we have the plain text and then the share key for the encryption. The share key is same to the decryption. So after encryption, the plain text will produce ciphertext. So when the receiver, when they receive the content, they want to read the original forms of a text, have to use the same key again in this decryption, so that the ciphertext will be converted again back to a plain text where receiver can read and understand the content. And how this happened? This happened at the web server, between the web browser and web server. If you learn the how many level, 4 or 7 level, this one happened at the application level. Okay, requirement. So what is the requirement for symmetric encryption? There are 2 here. They need a strong encryption algorithm. Strong encryption algorithm with minimum. This algorithm, of course, cannot be known, cannot be identified. It's a complicated algorithm where they are, even though they access, but they are unable to figure out the exact content of the ciphertext. Okay. Sender and receiver must have obtained copy of secret key in a secure fashion and must keep the key secure. Of course, the algorithm comparing the algorithm and the key, the most important is the key. Okay, let me repeat again the example. So what's different between the algorithm and the key? The algorithm can be substitution, can be permutation, can be transposition. Banyak cara, whether we want to replace, let's say we have ABC, whether we want to replace ABC with XYZ, or whether we want to do permutation, transposition, we can kedudukan tempat, change place, or even we can change the rows. Row 1 become row 2. After that, rearrange ascending. There are many ways in encryption algorithm. So this algorithm can be no problem. But the key here is, if let's say we have a ABC. Now we are sending the text ABC. My algorithm is move the A. Move a A. If you ever heard this one, scissor encryption, they are replacing A to 3 times to the back. 3 times to the back means A replaced by D. Move 3 letter backward. And then B, move 3 letter backward, become E. Okay, and then C, move 3 letter backward, become F. So that is the secret key. The secret key must be kept secure. Even though they know substitution, but if they have no idea what is a secret key, still the same, they might not able to understand or not easily can identify the plain text. So it is important to note that the security of the symmetric encryption truly depends on the secret key, not the algorithm. Please take note. Okay, we look at the second bullet here. This makes it feasible for widespread use. Manufacturer can have developed low-cost chip implementation with encryption algorithm. The chips are widely available and incorporated into number of products. Yeah, when you look at the one that I highlighted, if you have a highlighter, please do highlight it as well. Okay, the secrecy of the key, not the secrecy of the algorithm. So next one, basic notation. Just like when you study mathematics, got notation. This one, encryption also notation. Secret key means K. Notation is K. Encryption notation is E. And then decryption, D. Look at the fourth bullet. Plain text length typically same as ciphertext length. If your plain text length is 6 digit, then the ciphertext length also 6. Encryption and decryption are permutation function on a set of number of bit array. So based on permutations function, permutation here can be referred to changings of rows. The bit change rows and then can be rearranged to ascending or descending order. So efficiency, consistency. Okay, this one similar to our diagram just now, encryption. Okay, E stands for encryption. And then in between, cryptanalysis. Cryptanalysis means the people who are doing analysis. They're trying to decrypt the algorithm. Okay, the key source, that's an important component to secure the content of the plain text. Look at the next slide. Cryptography. Classify along 3 independent dimensions. Okay, here, this one important, please highlight. Whole slide are important. Okay, please highlight. So the types of operation used for transforming. Now we want to change the plain text to ciphertext. They have 2 general principles here, substitution and transposition. Again and again, we repeat and repeat. Substitution means replacement. So each element in the plain text is mapped into element. This one okay, right? Substitution means you replace the term. Transposition means change place, kedudukan, rearrange. ABC becomes CAB or CBA. That's called transposition. All the elements in the plain text are rearranged. Okay, under transposition. So number 2, the number of key use can be symmetric, can be asymmetric. Symmetric using the same key, asymmetric using different keys. How about the third one? The way in which the plain text is processed. Could be block cipher. What is block cipher here? You look at the explanation. Processes input one block of element at a time. Okay, by block. Stream cipher processes the input element continuously. So for the stream input, it will go bit by bit. Block cipher will go block by block. One block, how many bits? It depends on the algorithm. If a one block has a 6 bit, so mean you will have a 6 in one block, so 6, 6, 6, 6. If let's say towards the end, you left only 4 bits, not enough to fulfill 6 bits. There are 2 empty, right? So they will use a padding method, add on the value so that it becomes a 6, 6 in a block. Type of operations. Okay, 2 type of operation again here. Substitutions and also the transposition, exchange pace. Next slide again. Okay, we look at the next diagram. Substitution, transposition happen at the time encryption algorithm, right? Plain text, encryption, and then a ciphertext. Decrypt algorithm, again, use the same algorithm, reverse like what happened in the encryption algorithm, and then back to plain text. Okay, take a look. This slide, I give you 1 minute, go through the slide.
Okay.
Okay, who want to try to explain this one? Just a simple one. Yeah, just a simple will do. Substitution. Kelvin, you want to try? Just a brief explanation what is this substitution. What is substitution here, Kelvin?
Just use different numbers to represent different things only.
Yeah, correct. Substitution is that use different number to replace the plain text. That's it. All right, good. Second one, transposition. Pharaoh, try.
The word got rearranged.
Yeah, transposition mean rearrange. All right, good. Can already. This is a simple one. So next one, we look at substitution technique. 2 basic building blocks of all encryption techniques, substitution and transpositions. Or sometimes they call it permutation. Both are the same. Substitution is one in which the letter of the plain text are replaced by other letter. Okay, this one you understand. After that, if the plain text is viewed as a sequence of a bit, then substitution involve replacement plain text bit pattern with ciphertext bit pattern. Okay. This is what we call the Caesar cipher. This is the earliest known and the most simplest way in substitution. This one substitution cipher was by who? What's the name? Julius Caesar. Who is this? Julius Caesar is a leader of ancient Rome who transform it become nowadays best known Roman Empire. So how this substitution? You look at the picture. With picture more easier to understand. So the Caesar cipher involved replacing each letter with the letter standing 3 places further down. This is the example that I gave you. Note that the alphabet here wrap around the letter means after Z it will come back to A again. Follow ikut susunan saja. So this is the earliest known, the simplest and easy to understand cipher encryption. Okay, encryption method. Slowly people know already, so have to think of other else. So this is a Caesar cipher substitution. Okay, can define transformation as 3 letter down, shift 3 letter, and then if you want to retrieve the plain text, then you have to go back 3 letter. With the mode of a 26, so after 26 number, you go back to A again. After Z, will come back to A again. Single key use, symmetric. Okay, the number of a key use. So if both sender and receivers using the same key, we call symmetric encryption. And if using different key, we call it asymmetric encryption. So we repeat so many times already, this one. Okay, the diagram showing the same, asymmetric and also symmetric. Anything new here? I don't see same. Again, the way in which the plain text is processed. 2 types, block cipher and also stream cipher. Again, block cipher, the input by block. Stream cipher, input by bits continuously. Okay, look at the example here. So at the encryption informations, so the original text was the left-hand side. Block cipher will break down the plain text into the fixed size in block and then convert them, become a cipher text using a specific key. Okay, and then for the stream cipher, right-hand side. No, this one don't have a stream cipher. So this one only explaining a block cipher, yeah. So a complete message, split it to same equal block. And then when send out the message, block by block. Next one. All right, this one clear. 2 types of encryption method used. From here, you can see very clear. If a block cipher, they will split by same and equal size, 64, 64, 64, and send out by block. And if a stream cipher, they will send out bit by bit, but continuously. Now, from here, what do you think? This one, which one will be more complicated? Which one more simple here? What do you think? Which one more complicated? Which one more simple? Send by block?
The second one, more simple.
The same? The
stream cipher.
stream cipher, more simple. Which one more easily encrypted? Oh, no, sorry, more easily decrypted?
I think stream cipher more easily decrypted. I think.
One is a block by block, the other one is bit by bit. So if by block, when in decryption, reverse encrypted the message. So when the time decryption block by block will be harder than bit by bit, because you have to wait for the whole block and then you decrypt the whole block together. So that will be harder. Okay. Let me see what else here. Complete summary process. Plain text, symmetric key, block cipher, split to the same block and then send over. Right, look at next one, the slide here. Differences between cryptanalysis and then the brute force attack. Do you no? The objective of attacking the encryption system, what's the purpose here? They want to recover. They want to get the plain text. So two general approach used to attack the conventional encryption method. These are the two ways, dua cara. Okay, two methods to attack the conventional symmetric encryption, cryptanalysis and also brute force attack. Look at the explanation there. Attack relies on the nature of the algorithm plus some knowledge of general characteristics of the plain text. So the attack exploit the characteristic of the algorithm, attempt to deduce a specific plain text or deduce a key being uses, okay, based on the algorithm. Brute force attack, what is a keyword here? They try every possible key, so it means something like try and error, until intelligible translation into plain text is obtained. So on average, half of all possible key must be tried to achieve a success, whether there is a chance to get the plain text. For this one, cryptanalysis, they by using the algorithm, they are trying to find the weaknesses, weaknesses of the current algorithm. For the brute force attack, we know this one by try and error. Any question on this slide? No question. Easy to understand? The content easy, or maybe I make it easy. If I keep on mentioning so hard, then you also think this is too hard. Brute force attack. So try all possible key. Key space here means all possible keys. You see the key space here? The key space, all possible keys shall be large enough so that it will not easily, spending less time to accomplish the task. Shall be large enough. That's why I mentioned at the second bullet, key shall be a sufficiently long random value to make exhaustive search attack unfeasible. And then the objective of a modern cryptographer to have a key space means all possible keys shall be large enough so that the attacker might have to take too much of time and money to accomplish the attack. Okay, now we look at this slide. Okay, this is considered insecure chiefly because just now we have a slide 50, okay, you glance to the previous slide, huh? There's only 56-bit key length for the DES, okay, for the DAS. That is too small, especially when used for today's supercomputer, powerful computer nowadays. So this happened in year 1999. The 56-bit key has been cracked by using just a brute force within around about 22 hours, less than 1 day can be achieved. So that's why slowly they have a triple DES and then AEX, another algorithm or another method used in a symmetric encryption. So you look at the third bullet, estimated would take 149 trillion years to crack the AES key by using the same method. That's why AES nowadays more and more popular. We have a type of attack, different type of attack. For what will cryptanalysis do? Based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of attack here. All right, can we take a short break? Come back, we come back to the slide after a short break. Let's have about 15 minutes break. 1:07.
Okay.
three of you here.
Yeah.
Type me number one. All of you here. Let's see. Some more. All right. We look at the type of attack on encrypted messages here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of attack. So we look at the first one, we call ciphertext only method. In this attack, the attacker knows only the ciphertext to be decoded. That's why as a name, ciphertext only method. So the attacker will try to find the key to decrypt one or more pieces of ciphertext. Those, of course, will look for those weak algorithm lah. So what will the cryptanalysis job here? When you look at, okay, what will the cryptanalysis job here on a ciphertext only method? They will try to recover the plain text as many messages as possible. They will try their best to reduce or to deduce a key used to encrypt the messages in order to decrypt other messages with the same keys. But however, this kind of a method no longer practical because of a modern algorithm. Modern algorithm produce pseudo-random output that is resistant to statistical analysis. So after ciphertext only method, we have a non-plain text method. So non-plain text method, the attacker has a collections of plain text, ciphertext pair, and is trying to find the key. Okay, is trying to find the key for the ciphertext that has been encrypted with the same keys. So what will cryptanalysis job here? They're trying to deduce a key used to encrypt the messages or the algorithm used to decrypt any new messages with the same keys. So just now we have the ciphertext only. So second, non-plain text. Okay, I give you 1 minute, go through the first slide and the second slide in case you have questions. Okay, 1 to 2 minutes time. Ciphertext only method and also non-plain text method. Any question, these two slides? What about Farrell and Kelvin?
No question.
No question. Kelvin?
Okay.
Okay. Kelvin, can you share with us what do you understand by ciphertext only method?
They just put down. They just use a lot of the message that use the same encryption and then compare and then decode that.
Okay, good. This one, non-plain text method, Noel?
Like the attacker produce different cipher keys.
produce different what?
Cipher keys.
And then?
And then used to decrypt different message with different encryption code. Yeah.
So they might use the brute force attack, bullet number 2, until they can produce some meaningful results, since they only this is what they call a non-plain text method. Chosen, how about chosen plain text method here? Okay, I'll let you read 1 minute. After that, I explain. So chosen plain text attack, sometimes we just call it as a plain text attack, where the attacker will choose the plain text to be encrypted and read the corresponding ciphertext. So the cryptanalysis here, they not only has access to the ciphertext and the associated plain text with some other several messages, but they also choose the plain text that they can encrypt, they get encrypted. It is more powerful than a non-plain text attack that we learned just now, because the cryptanalysis, they can choose, most important is that they can choose specific plain text blocks to encrypt. After that, slowly they try to get more information about the key. So in general, the cryptanalysis jobs here to deduce a key used to encrypt the messages, or the algorithm used to decrypt any new messages by using the same key. But however, this kind of attack not so practical, a bit difficult or impossible to capture both ciphertext and plaintext. Okay. Next one, chosen ciphertext method. Yeah, I'll let you go through 1 minute before I explain. So this one, chosen ciphertext method. Attacker chooses different ciphertexts to be decrypted and has access to the decrypted plaintext. So the attacker, they're able to select any ciphertext and then study the plaintext produced by decrypting the ciphertext. So this attack, like the chosen plaintext attack, not very practical. Again, is difficult or impossible to capture both a cipher and also the plaintext. So this diagram shows. Sorry.
Means the attacker try to create a key.
Can what again? Make it clear.
To create a key to decrypt.
Who?
Encryption key.
You
Attacker.
Can you make it in one sentence? Yeah.
Like for this slide, is the purpose for the attacker is to create a key.
The purpose for the create a key, they have a ciphertext, but they want to study how to get the plaintext.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, they chosen different ciphertext to be decrypted and has access to the decrypted plaintext. But some is quite impossible because they have ciphertext and a plaintext both together, but it's difficult for attacker to capture both. Means from the ciphertext, decrypt, and they get the plaintext. Susah mau dapat dua. So not so practical here. This diagram shows different attacks. So this one, I leave it to you. Next one, computational secure encryption scheme. Encryption is computationally secure if cost of a breaking cipher exceed value of information. Yes, agreeable. If taking high cost in breaking up the cipher rather than the value of information, of course, people will not go and crack the cipher, right? The second, the time required to break cipher exceed the useful lifetime of the information. Yes, agree. Okay, the time used to crack the cipher where might exceed the usefulness of the time spending towards the information. So of course they have to compare that in terms of the cost, whether worth it to do so, and in terms of time, okay, cost and time. Unfortunately, it is very difficult to estimate, even though we say so about the cost, about the time, but it's difficult to estimate the amount of effort required to cryptanalyze the ciphertext successfully. We assume that no inherent mathematical weaknesses in algorithm. Assume we use a brute force approach. Okay, brute force approach. They still have to do some estimation on cost and time, but it's tough to estimate that. Yeah, not easy to estimate precisely. So the brute force approach involves trying every possible key until the translations of the ciphertext into the plain text obtained. But on average, by using the brute force approach, we have to try half of all possible keys before we can determine the chances, the possibility to achieve a success. Still, again, tough to estimate according to time and cost here. Overview. Okay, faster cipher we haven't. So many symmetric block encryption algorithm is current use are based on the structure referred to as a faster block cipher. Do you ever heard this term? Faster cipher.
No.
How about Kevin and Noel?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay, so for the reason important to examine the design. So later I will show you the principles of faster cipher. I might need to do some simple, not say simple. We have to understand how does it work, the principle. So I will show you the algorithm there. So we begin with the comparison of a stream cipher and block cipher. After that, we will discuss a motivation for the Pfizer block. Pfizer, remind of me Pfizer. Finally, we discuss some implication. This will be the following. Yeah, that will be the following. So let's look at some revision. Does it consider revision? Just now we learned block cipher, stream cipher. So again and again we discuss block cipher process the input one block of an element at a time. Okay, produce output block for each input block. However, a stream cipher here processes the input element continuously. So there's a different block by block and the other one continuously. Producing output one element at a time. Even though comparing both, block cipher more common. Okay, compare both. Block cipher more common, but in certain applications, which a stream cipher is more appropriate, then stream cipher will be used. So what are the examples? We have example later on. Stream cipher, block cipher. Okay, this one only because again, this is that they make it different diagram, but short, same concept. For applications that required encryption or decryption of a stream data, such as, let's say, browser or web link. So stream cipher might be better choice, better alternative. But for some applications, such as file transfer, email, block cipher may be more appropriate. Okay, now we look at the ciphers. Pfister cipher. Susah mau pronounce. So this Pfister cipher is not a specific scheme of block cipher. It's different, but they are still using the same method, substitutions and permutations. So the DES, Data Encryption Standard, DES, one of the example of Pfister cipher. So the cryptography system based on the Pfister cipher here uses the same algorithm for both encryption and decryption. So how the algorithm works, later I show you. The encryption process uses Pfister structure, consists of multiple rounds of processing the plain text. And each round, they have multiple rounds. And then each round, they have a substitution followed by permutations. So make it more complex here. So overall, how does it work? Let's look at structure. Okay, here. Let me see. Okay, substitutions. Each plain element or group of elements uniquely replaced. Again, replacement. Permutation here is about the sequence. The sequence of a plain text element, permutation, the sequence of a plain text element will be replaced by the different sequence. But no element will be added or deleted in permutations. So we look at the next one, practical application of a protocol by Crowdy Shannon. Okay, nothing else here. So the diagram here shows the input of the encryption algorithm. They have the length of 2. They split to left and right actually. The plain text block divided to left and right, L and R, if you see that. This is L, L1, L0, R0. Okay, the plain text block, the one that on top, the plain text block is divided to 2 halves, left and also right. And then the 2 halves of the data will pass through a numbers of rounds. Okay, the number of rounds of processing and then combine to produce a cipher text block. So each round has an input derived from the previous round. So the output from the round 1 will be the input for the second round. So they are using subkey with different keys generated each time. And the key generated will be used subsequently, go through n rounds, numbers of rounds. They also apply exclusive OR concept here in Pfister cipher. Do you ever learn exclusive OR? Let me type in the chat box. Do you learn this in your mathematics? XOR. Okay, did you learn this exclusive OR function in mathematics? What is that, Noel? But I forgot a bit. So sad, yeah, teacher. Kelvin and Pharaoh, no idea at all. Forgot a bit. Forgot, yeah. After exam, terus lupa sudah. Later, I show you the algorithm. Let's continue a little bit. Talk too much since this morning. Okay, next one, we look at the Pfizer cipher design element. Both are the same. Okay, so cipher design element and the block cipher structure. So we look at the design feature here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So block size until ease of analysis. So in terms of a block size, of course, a larger block size means a greater security. A block size of a 128 bits will be reasonable. Means 2 power of a 128, the numbers of values available is large enough. Key size here, larger key size means greater security. But even though greater security, because susah, hard to be cracked, but however, we have to think of the encryption and decryption speed might be reduced. The most common key length nowadays in a modern algorithm is 128 bits. Number of rounds, typical in a symmetric block cipher, single round is not enough. Single round is inadequate security. Multiple round, the standard number of rounds, 16 rounds. Subkey generations algorithm, greater complexity in the algorithm will lead to, of course, the more complicated will be the more difficult for cryptanalysis, to crack it. So next one, round functions. Again, greater complexity generally means greater resistance to cryptanalysis. There are two other considerations in the designs of symmetric block cipher here. Fast software encryption. In many cases, encryption is embedded in applications or utility functions. So in that case, the speed of execution, the algorithm also be concerned. Not only talk about the security, not only talk about the complexity, but also have to be looking at the speeds in encryption and decryption algorithm. Ease of analysis. Although we would like to make our algorithm as difficult as possible to cryptanalyze, but that will be good if the algorithm easier to analyze too, because if the algorithm can be concisely or clearly expand, it means that easier to analyze the algorithm in vulnerability. Therefore, we have to develop the algorithm which is with more strength, not easy. But a bit harder. Sometimes you say not, we want to create something complicated, not easy, but towards the end, complication will bring some effects to the decryption algorithm. Again, use up time. Okay. Next one. Symmetric block encryption algorithm. This is the most commonly used symmetric encryption algorithm. Process a plain input in fixed size block and produce block cipher of equal size. So it means the plain text and the cipher text is with equal size. Okay, this is the second time we talk about this already. So this section will focusing on three most important symmetric block cipher here. DES stand for, okay, jot it down, data encryption standard. Triple DES and also AES, advanced encryption standard. So this table shows comparison between three popular symmetric encryption algorithms. So we look at the key size. Okay, between DES, triple, and also AES. There's a different in terms of plain text and cipher text will be the same. Okay, and then why the key size of, you might be wonder, plain text is a 64 for DES, cipher text also 64. But why, how come the key size is a 56? Why some missing there? This is part of the algorithm. Okay, they have to take out the bit number 8 from the algorithm. That's why the numbers of bits reducing. Okay, we saw this one just now. Okay, let me see DES. They are continuous. So it means we stop at here. I want to explain the Feistel algorithm. So mean today we stop at here. Let me explain the algorithm to you. Next class, we will start with here. Slide 49. So we are in a good progress. Let me jot it down in my records first. So next week, week number 6. All right, if you have a piece of paper or pen or pencil, get it ready first. Sometimes it's interesting to understand how the algorithm works. Of course, we look at those that we can understand. Week 6, with not so important, not commonly used, and we just leave it. Okay, Feistel. So we have a DES. After that, we learn a triple DES and then AES. After that, okay, we look at there are some calculation involved in AES. If you look at the tutorial question, there's some calculation involved. That one, I will try my best to find other relevant example so that you can do tutorial. Need time to find out this one. After that, stream cipher. Okay, this is about stream cipher. To me, not much. Next week can be relaxed a little bit. Cipher. Okay. To come back to the sequence here. Have you ready your pen or pencil? Or paper? Yes. No, so that. Okay. Let me double check, is that listed the algorithm macam tiada or what? They only show the diagram here. Okay, never mind. Good to know. Okay, this one. Let me prepare the empty slide because I want to write. Give me 1 minute. All right, are you in the this one Jamboard? So I'll show you the faster encoding process. So there are 4 steps in total. You can refer the this one diagram. Where is the page? This one, chapter 3. You look at slide just now, slide number. You look at the diagram just now. Okay, showing the steps. Can you hear me? So quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Can.
Can. So this one, faster algorithm, because I saw the tutorial with the calculation, so maybe this one also better I show you lah. So there are 4 steps for sorry, my handwriting here not nice. Faster.
Miss can type also.
Ya, teks lagi cepat. You type faster encoding. Mana sini? Okay, step 1, you type dy into 2 half. Okay, step 1, dy plain text into 2 half. Okay, I type here. Okay, thank you. Let's clean this one. Yeah, correct. So step number 2, encoding. You type encoding. Later I will explain what is that. Okay, step number 3, using exclusive OR. And then after that, the last step will be the results. Okay, good. Leave me some space. Can reduce the size of this one, the text box.
Like this.
Okay. So now we have, okay, now let's say we have a plain text 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, and then 1. How many here? So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's say we have a plain text. This is our plain text. So we look at step number 1 in a Feister encoding algorithm. They will divide into left and right half. So means they will divide this one half. Okay, they will divide this one half, and then also another. This is your first step. So after that, they have the function. The function just like the secret key. The function is truly based on the function given by the algorithm, by the person who knows, or by us, we decide, or whether given. But of course, here we decide. Let's say for this function provided, we are using transposition. We learn substitutions, right? We learn substitutions and transposition. Let's say now I have a text ABC. Okay, let's say now I have a text ABC. I want to, so in my functions, I would like to retransposition here become, okay, suppose 3 text here. I want to move it 1 backward. Okay, I want to move 1 space backward. So towards the end, I will get, after the function, I will get CAB. Okay, this is a function that they decide by us what function we want to do. So let's say we have our plain text. Another example, let's say we have a plain text 101. Okay, after that will become 101. After transposition will become 110. All right, so now we look at, so this one you understand, right? Let me clean up the function right hand side. So next one I want to explain. Okay, so now we have a 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So here are yes, have to be encoded. Okay, using the function so now we have This one is our left. This is our left 0 because the first round. So this is our right 0. Okay, do you see that? So step number 1, R0. So mean right hand side for the initial round need to be encoded. So encoded based on the bit here. So we have this one. Remember just now we have to do the transpositions. Okay, 1, 2. Transposition 3-bit one time. This is the secret key is by us. So now we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So now we have this. Okay, so step number 2. Step number 2. Now after encode the function, after encode the functions of RO, we get 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. This is step number 2. Okay, where is it come from? Come from here. This one. Any question? Step number 2.
No.
So step number 3, we have to use exclusive OR. So step number 3. Do you have a class after this, 3 o'clock? Don't have?
No.
No.
Okay, okay. Because now already 2:50. So next one for exclusive OR. Exclusive OR. This one you don't have to memorize. No need. This is just for your understanding the algorithm. So for the left one, we have to tag the initial rights. And also, okay, this is the step here. So you have to tag the initial left using the algorithm and encoding. So what we have now, we have to tag. Let me list down here. We have 0, 1, 1. So we have a L0 here. And also we have, now we need to do exclusive OR. Exclusive OR. The encoding value just now we get 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Oh, sorry. No wonder I feel like a bit weird here. No, this one. So L0, after that we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 is an encoded value that we get it from step number 2. Okay, this is from step number 2, the encoder, the E here. And then we have the E result here. Okay, so LO means the left-hand side from the initial step. So we have a 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Any question for this one? The one that, can you see my circle? When I circle, this one. Kelvin and Pharaoh. Okay, so you have to look, when I list out the formula, so will be more easier to understand. LO, left-hand side O means this one. Okay, so I have the first. And the second row, I have the encoded value, which is from the step number 2. So from here, I need to apply exclusive OR. I need to apply exclusive OR. Exclusive OR means I will get it true when both are different value. I will get it true when both are different. But the alignment not so right. So this one 0, 0, I get 0. So 1 and 0, they are different values, so I get it true. 1 and 1 both are the same, so I get it 0. 1 and 0 both are different, so I get it true. 1 and 1 both are the same, so I put it 0. When the value are same, so we put 0. When the value is different, both value different, we will put it 1 or true. Okay, so now for step number 3, we have I1 equals to RO, and then R1 equals to LO. So you look at the formula, I put it here. So now here I get 1, 0, 0. How many 0 here? And then we have 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So now this value, that's why we say the previous result might affect the following result. This value come from here. Now the L1 become RO. Okay, you see my formula here. Now the L1 become RO. So this is the L1 become RO. So we have to replace. And the right-hand side, the result come from our exclusive O result. So towards the end, after encoding, our result now become 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So this will be the answer. So after gone through the 5-step encoding from the plain text, now become the final result number 4. And if you want to decode, so we have to go through reverse step to get the plain text. Okay, that's all my sharing today about the 5-step encoding.
Will this be asked in the exam?
Sorry again.
Will this come out in the exam?
Yeah, when you look at the tutorial question, there is one question number 6, if not mistaken. We are preparing ourselves. We are preparing. I haven't uploaded tutorial 3. In a short while, I will upload tutorial 3 in my another computer. So you will see in tutorial 3, or maybe can you give me 1 minute? 1 minute. We still have 4 minutes. I upload now.
Okay.
So you can immediately see how the question look like. I didn't upload all in one time. Worry there's any updates. So okay, tutorial. All right, I'm uploading here. Okay, you open question tutorial 3. Okay, question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is a Caesar cipher. Okay, you look at question number 6. Perform all four stages of IES. So IES is a next topic together with the triple, the DEX, and all those are next week together. So when we look at here, they need some calculation. Not say calculation like going through the algorithm step. That is for IES. So we have to prepare. Who knows, later they ask a cipher algorithm. At least we know the step already. Okay. So lecture notes without the calculation, like how we did just now. Like this one don't have. Lecture notes only the step without giving through the example. So now I give you one example. You please jot it down. We are well prepared lah. Any topic that we can prepare, we will do our best. High chances this calculation will have. Recent, because you see now is an open book test. Open book test, not many questions can come out like C3, C4 applications type of synthetic type of question. If O theory, there must be some question that are required a unique answer, individual's answer from the students. So we prepare well for this. Okay, so your homework today, please solve question until question 5, half. The other will be the next week. Do you have question? If you ask me sure or not, I don't guarantee. Nobody guarantee. I'm not the examiner, but we well prepared. That's it. Okay, we do our best, whatever we can. How about Kelvin? Do you have question?
No.
No question. Then we dismiss for today. I will meet you. When's our next class? Replacement, remember?
Thursday.
Yes, Thursday, 1 hour. I will meet you 11 to 12. Please, if I enter the class slightly 5-10 minutes late, please wait for me because I have another replacement 10 to 11 and then continue your class 11, 12. So you just wait for me in the Google Meet there. Lah. See you next week.
Okay. Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Take care, 3 of you. Happy holiday tomorrow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.